Alright, let's start by taking a peek at our companion in this 4-color deck. We have Yorion the Sky Nomad, which says when this enters the battlefield, exile any number of non-land permanents you control. Return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. This notably says non-land permanent, which includes enchantments. So past just lots of various creatures that we don't mind blinking in this deck, we also have enchantments like Oathakaya, like Omen of the Sea, like Elspeth Conquers Death that Yorion's able to work with. You notice there's a lot of 1 and 2 of creature in this deck. That's because we're playing Enigmatic Incarnation here. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's mana cost. So a lot of different utility in here. We can turn Oathakayas into 4-drops. We can turn other incarnations into various 5-drops. We can turn Conquer's Death into Dream Trawler or Titan Ape. We can turn these 2-drops into various 3s. So let's go ahead and hop on into some matches here with this one. This was a deck that felt kind of reasonable at the end of last season. This was a deck that last season felt reasonable against aggro and control, but it really struggled against the Bant mid-range decks, like the Hydroid Crisis Nissa decks, but a lot of those have fallen off, at least on the ladder for now. So we'll see. I'm optimistic this could be reasonable again. Did someone just say Boda? They're a sub, and I believe they were playing Blue-Black Flash the other day when we played. I totally forgot to restart the client while we were doing the changeover. While I was doing everything else. I'll do it after this match. Type exclamation point next open in chat, and you'll find a link to the MTG Melee page to sign up for the event next weekend. Not playing Flash, we see Gyruda here. We'll lead on Paradise Druid here. We're going to want to dig for Enigmatic Incarnation or our 1 main deck Dog as fast as possible. So that's actually going to be fast enough. So we get to play this turn, and the next turn go Incarnation, sack this, grab Doggo. Getting paid off for putting Pupper in our opening deck here. Our starting deck. I think I'd like Conquer's Death here too, because they're still going to get to cast a 6/6, so I want something to clean it up with after the fact. Alright, one of the goodest boys, please. Puppy! He's very menacing, chat. Very, very menacing. Sounds good, Pervidia. That'll get bumped after I'm done streaming today. And then, kind of just like we drew it up here, I get to do this, exile the Cyberclaw, and then I get to sack this and go get a Dream Trawler here. Firing on all cylinders here. Dogs in. Uro's out. I think we leave the Conqueror's Deaths in just because they're good at finding these. What are things that are not so useful? Othikai is probably not so useful. Do we think Shifting Ceratops is worth bringing in here? A lot of their creatures are blue, right? And I do need to attack them down. Yeah, Birth isn't super useful in its text box here, but I think having all of our 2-mana enchantments in so we can have the chance to turn them into a dog sounds reasonable. Tolsmir is probably not super useful. I'll bring in an extra knight. I think leaving in a couple oaths is probably fine to turn into 4s. Renegade Egg, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. So I'll take Godzilla since you won't be able to bring it back from the yard. Maybe. I might want to flip him into play, though. Like, having a 6/6 to go fetch up sounds reasonable. Sneap it off, chat. Sneap it off. The Triomes made the mana base in this deck a lot better. Mana definitely struggled a little bit last season. Having these is quite fantastic. If you cut Godzilla, you can't sing Go Go Godzilla. Ain't that the truth? Puppy! Man, really glad we put the full 4 of these in the set. Just immediately rewarded. Dog also very reasonable against the Luris deck too, as someone pointed out, which is great. We'll get to just work our way right up to Dream Trawler here again. Guess we'll untap Paradise Druid here. Yep. Do you have an M2 SSD in your computer, that bad control player? Oh no! Oh no! They took my monkey and spanked me with it, chat. Don't spank me with my own monkey. I loved you, monkey. This is how you pay me back? Gosh, they are not very good at triggering Giga Claw, are they? Okay. I think I just plan to Oath the Dream Eater and then attack, gain 6 more. And then we'll kill them in 2 in the air. Arena is loading more slowly this release. Something they did is causing it to load more slowly. Okay, neither of these have trample. It's really sweet, Jude. Okay. If they have a third Gigan, or like a clone. Okay, they get to blink Gigan here. Wow, Kong gets to get mad and smash my toys. That's so rude. We should probably try and play Deputy to get rid of the ape. Why? Why, like, people are so focused on controlling, you do realize we can just kill them, right? They're at 5. Come on, chat. Alright, they found a spark double. Yeah, they blink ape, we just give this expert by discarding a card, chat. Alright, they found another spark double. Yeah, Shifty is in the tank to kill them too. If they don't, they found another Gigan, chat. If they don't Thassa's Oracle us here, we should win. Alright, they found a Thassa, so they're done. They found our card. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We still got it? How? Oh, does Space Godzilla do it? Space Godzilla does it, right? He makes this a 6/6 and it's got +2 power? Is that enough? No, that's short still, right? It's only 8? It's only 8. Yeah, I could Deputy, but I don't have enough mana to Shifty and Haste. Yeah, I'm 1 mana short of Deputy, Shifty, Haste. They found our Elite Guardmage. The good news is we're not dead. The good news is we're not dead. The Deputy takes all the Gyrudas. Yeah, I already played a land for the turn, chat. I already played a land for the turn. Doesn't Thassa just tap our stuff? I have a Ceratops, chat, that's pro blue, and they only have so much mana. They have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They only have 9 mana. And they can't blink the ape because this is our ape. And they can't just get rid of this because dog prevents them from bringing anything back. I guess if they get rid of this... No, if they get rid of this, Ape can fight this. They can blink Ape, but they shouldn't. Stop it, chat. Really? Oh, it does. You're right. They can blink. No, they totally can blink Ape. You're right. Huh. Are we dead? No, yeah, you're right. This card's... I remember that because of the... When we talked about stealing things at the beginning. Yeah, I believe we're dead here. I believe we're dead here. Beer Can Thick, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. If there's a Thassa's Oracle left in their deck, I believe we're dead. What a wild game. I don't know. Let's find out. Well, they get to Thassa something at end of turn. So they get to do both here. Yeah, we played. This is a person who's a sub on the channel. They were playing Blue Black Flash yesterday, though. I mean, we have Hexproof, but it doesn't really matter, right? Wait. Are they gonna deck? Did they just deck themselves? I mean, okay, we take those. We take those. What a weird game. I don't know if they had a line to not deck there. Yeah, they must have, right? Maybe they just weren't paying attention. I'm sure they're going to be back in chat in a second. Maybe they just weren't paying attention to the number of cards in their deck. Or maybe they missed that they went past their Oracle earlier. They definitely had an Oracle and went past it earlier. These folks are great. Buy their stuff. Pay no attention to the client. Restart in the background. Yeah, the Oracle is a tough win condition, right? Because it, like, has to be far enough down that you can win when it comes into play. Because Gyruda only gets you back from the 4 cards that you flip over. Yeah, I've got to know to do that for later, Loco. I'm not going to do OBS stuff midstream. There's a bug with Endrazor not giving... Endrazor doesn't give Haste Sword and Shield. It's not a bug. Read the card. Read the card. It's a bug? Can you read? I'm not convinced. You have an awful lot of opinions for someone that doesn't appear to be able to read. All right, playing against Luris here. This is probably a keep. You forgot the last year. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So see, you must have just lost Scout. We've all been there. I think I fetch. Do I fetch on one? Nah, probably not. Endraze not having an animation is just like, it's borderline criminal, if we're being honest. Yeah, if you're looking for a Snapdex deck, we played a Jeskai Snapdex deck today that felt really reasonable. It's going to be at least one of the decks I tag as a favorite today on YouTube. This is unfortunate. They just get to like Luris. Oh, or they didn't. Oh, they think we're playing a control deck? That's gasoline. I expect them to go like Luris, pick this back up, but they're choosing to play around a sweeper, which works out really well for us. Yeah, and like next turn, we get to go Yorion, blink, blink, blink after we make a wall. We were talking about Glorious Leader in chat a second ago. Do you think we should ask Luris if they'll pay for the wall? I really feel like Luris should pay for our wall, chat. I feel like that's a campaign promise I can run on, huh? It'll be pretty reasonable. That's funny. One of the moments when I realized I had no chance of getting through to one of my relatives, I just had to walk away, is they looked me point blank in the eye, and I could tell that they believed what they were saying. They said Donald Trump had never told a lie before. And I was just like, just the amount of brainwashing you have to experience to like genuinely believe that. Like, I wouldn't even make that statement about politicians that I like, right? Because, like, at a minimum, they're human and people suck and make mistakes, right? Just, like, be that drunk on the Kool-Aid. Correct, yes, like most humans. You wouldn't make that statement about. I mean, even just as someone who is a pseudo-public figure, who's nowhere near as big as any real celebrities, right? Like, I have crap that falls out of my mouth that definitely I thought could have been true in the moment, or I was misinformed. That's why you'll often hear me add, descriptors to things that I say, like, I think, or likely, or if this isn't correct, someone correct me. Like, I throw those things on there to try and make it clear that, like, I'm aware that I don't know everything. As far as I know, yep, stuff like that. Alright, so they don't actually have anything else in their graveyard to get back. So I think my first play before I Conquer's Death is just drop this Dream Trawler. Sick. And we've got 7, 8 mana, so we get to go Knight Conquer's Death next turn. Which is pretty good. And like we didn't even need our doggo this game to win, which is sweet. Yeah, it's wild, Bib. It's wild. Yeah, this card's real gross with Mayhem Devil. We had someone put Death Touch on their Mayhem Devil with that card against us at one point. It's really, really good. I'm excited to put Godzilla on my Dream Trawler, chat. I'm excited to put Godzilla on my Dream Trawler. Are y'all excited for me to put Godzilla on my Dream Trawler? I know I am. I have no idea, Wild Growth Watcher. Every single game I play as a whale. I'm very fortunate in that playing games is my job and it's all attacks right off. Anybody in chat know Wild Growth Watcher's comment there about wild cards? Run! It's Dreamzilla! Alright, so dogs, knight, disfigure. Probably want to take the curve and drag it down here. Extra Yorion main deck, probably not good. Plant beast form, probably not super useful. Uro, not great if I am bringing in my anti-graveyard stuff. Time Raveler, probably trimmable in this matchup because I can sack the stuff I'm going to be bouncing. Rest of this seems pretty fine. That's relatively clean. Sideboard seems well put together. I deactivated my Facebook account late last year, and it was honestly one of the best decisions I ever made. Life's too short. If you're someone like me and my wife who use Facebook for messaging services, and you don't want to get rid of it because you use it for that, you can actually deactivate your profile and just keep using the messenger. As someone who can admit when a service is convenient, I really like chat heads on my mobile device for using it for a messaging service. To my knowledge, there aren't any other chat applications on Android that do chat heads like that. The Jeskai Winota deck was excellent. Textra. I'm gonna write that one down. You know, it's funny. Honestly, well, that was a great draw. One of the reasons why I like the mobile game raid that I've played a bunch of is I just check raid instead of like checking Twitter or checking Facebook. So it's just like, well, when I open my phone and I'm idle and I'm looking for something to do, there's a time waster game to play. So like finding a game to play like that as opposed to like having social media to constantly check is a good redirect. It's like, oh, I have this thing that I do instinctually when I open my phone that's not like scrolling a feed of sadness. Who's a good boy? Look at all these good boys here, chat. And this is actually a great draw, too, because next turn I can Yorion, blink this, and cantrip this. Whoo! Oh, Oh, the glowing red node, chat. It gives me life. It gives me life. Woof, woof. Papi. You love to see it, chat. Arf, arf. Hey, look, another Luris deck. I gotta keep this. I've got Oath and Knight. Again, with the 2 mana enchantment here, we can find Incarnation or our 1 main deck dog. So we've got 5 live hits to turn off all their graveyard shenanigans. Morning Calm. Ooh, okay, so a bit of a brew here. Not the typical black-red deck we've been seeing. We're doing well, Float Mana. It's been a fun day of Magic. Yeah, Dog, I agree. Dog and Hushbringer both seem like really reasonable Magic cards right now in Standard. Until things settle at least. Gyruda and Luris are running around. Four minutes. Man, people are having really long load times, huh? Do I have time to do this? I feel like I don't. I think I just do this. It might have been right to Uro here. I kind of want to just play this as a 4-3, though. It just, like, blocks. This doesn't get bigger until there's 3 or more lands, right? We're only at 2 now. What's a good job for an intelligent but lazy person? Is this a real question or is this like a knock-knock joke? That's an interesting gimmick. I didn't realize this. Apparently with Channel Fireball's tournaments, to qualify for their weekend tournament now, you can get 10 wins across multiple qualifiers. So if you play in a bunch of them and don't actually 5-1 any of them, you could still do like three wins a couple and 4 wins another. Man, I can't even fathom how much money they're raking in off of that. I mean, I guess if you compare it to a Grand Prix, if you play in 3 of the tournaments, it's comparable to a Grand Prix entry fee, right? That doesn't seem too terrible. I don't know. Grand Prix are kind of expensive, though, so, like, there's that metric, too. Yeah, I think we just Oath the Knight and pass here, and then next turn we can go land, Yorion, blink both of these. Gonna sign up for 10 and 1 for all of them. I believe you're out after 2 losses, I think. I agree that our coverage is a little bit better than theirs, but like their coverage, they also don't really have the ability to do better. Like the only reason the coverage for my tournament was so well done was because we required people to broadcast their matches, right? Like unless they do that, they really can't have better coverage than they currently have. We enjoy the thoroughly biased commentary against Nexus of Apex. I try. Who approved this bulk draft card to get an animation, and I still can't get a borderless Arboreal Grazer? I feel like I need to, like, ask to speak to a Magic the Gathering arena manager, because, like, that's just not okay. That's just, like, who's, like, making these decisions in terms of, like, which cards are getting what? I'm just gonna Uro here and go up to 9. And then next turn we can play the second Yorion and, like, blink all 3 of these and get some value. Grazer should have a borderless option and an Uro-esque animation. Couldn't have said it better myself. Big agree. So they're gonna play Luris and then play a Knight of the Ebon Legion here, I assume. Oh, that's a chunky monkey. That's a large creature, chat. If I play Omen of the Sea, I can still play Yorion. I can draw an extra card. I kill this, but then I probably have to chump block this. I think I'm probably just supposed to play Paradise Druid. Is the conservative line. So this is legendary, so I'm going to attack with this one before I play the second one. Keep the untapped one. Blink these 3. You get to kill Luris, go to 12, draw a card. Yeah, is there only Luris? Hello, wife.
Poor Jacob. He likes to lay, he likes to lay on his belly to watch TV.
Yep.
And we finally put together the TV stand so the TV's not on the floor anymore. Hi.
Hi.
So I've been thinking about something.
What's that?
And I feel like I need to be talked out of it.
Need to be talked
because I'm going to hate it.
What's that?
But I was thinking the kids could use a sandbox. But I'll hate it.
That doesn't sound like something you want to maintain.
I know, but we're not leaving home for 4 months. Like,
that's true. It would be all of their.
It would help my sanity.
It would be all of their own germs.
And it would help my sanity, but then they'd be covered in sand, and I'd have to let them in my house.
Ooh, I can play that. Oh, that's a good one. Is that a good pickup?
Can I spray them with the hose before they come inside?
You can hose them down? I mean, they would probably like that in most cases.
Nah, I agree with you on the cat litter box thing, but you just get one with a cover, and it's not a big deal. I would never, ever have an open sandbox. Ugh. Gross.
Isn't hosing down the children after they play outside a time-honored tradition? Exactly. Ooh, lead the Stampede. Bonus build is neat. There's another 2-mana 9/9.
They do make the turtle ones.
So really looking for one of our Deputies of Detention or an Enigmatic here at this point.
Oh, in the summer, I make the kids eat their snacks outside because I hate sweeping. And they're disasters.
They are disasters. I think I throw this away just to draw a card. So that I can use this to draw a card too. I guess I could do this one to draw a card first. Because if I draw a Deputy, we can keep this one. So do I attack with this and throw it away? Or do I shock this in to try and find one of our 2 Deputies offhand first? There's 4 cards in the bottom, so there's 51 cards in our deck. So this gives me 3 looks at 2 Deputies pre-combat. But if I attack with this, I have 6 looks because there's 4 Enigmatic Incarnations I could draw too. I think I want to just do this and throw this away.
Well, Jacob's, one of his favorite snacks are literally just plain old saltine crackers. And he gets crumbs in a 6-foot radius. And Declan eats anything chip or cracker like this. So you know there's crumbs everywhere. 2 hands, like a little gremlin. Eat outside.
I think I just do this and then a tapped land and pass. We'll play the Omen of the Sea. You wipe crumbs out of your bed every day. Yeah, it just got warm out. We had been letting Jake snack in the room where he plays, but like, ants are back in season again, so he's no longer allowed to get crumbs in there. Why not put the land to play with Uro? Wasn't it free? Because it was. I wasn't thinking, I didn't think I was going to play this and I changed my line. So, you're right. If I was going to play this land, I should have also put this into play with Uro. I wasn't sure exactly what I was doing. I changed my line halfway. I thought maybe I was going to save this to cycle, but I think I'd rather have all my mana available next turn.
Vacuuming crumbs out of couches is the worst thing in the world, but I figured out that if I just cover the couch in a fitted sheet, I don't have that problem. I just take the fitted sheet off and dump the crumbs off. It's ugly, but sanity. We need sanity.
Buy your kids a feeding mat. Okay, so they're sacking that instead of attacking me. What are they getting? Oh, they're upgrading to more 13/13s. Okay, God, he's so ugly. That's unfortunate. So if I Thassa the Yorion, I don't get... If I Thassa the Yorion, I don't get my things back until the beginning of the next end step, so that's not good. I think I'm taking the Thassa, though, because I can blink Tollsmear here and get a wolf and kill something.
I mean, it's not terribly ugly. It's just a black fitted sheet.
And Thassa's also a creature at this point, right? Oh yeah, I could start diddling them, too. Thassa does diddle.
It just looks like we live here.
It looks like we live here.
And I think that's okay. It's okay to look like you live in your house. You don't need... As beautiful as vacuum lines in the carpet are, you don't need to have them because you also need to live in your home.
Okay, so Thassa diddles one. She blocks another. And then Tollsmear's going to make another chump blocker here.
This one has a lot of icons.
It does. It does, in fact. I think I can slowly kill them in the air.
I have not seen made for couches fitted sheets. Ours have, like, footresty things that come up, though, so a lot of those don't work for us.
I think I choose not to fight here. Submit 0 because I want this to chump block rather than trade with a 3-1 or a 2-1. I assume we're going to see them activate one of these and search up the 4th one here, unless it's already in the bin. Hey, diddle diddle. So she's indestructible. Block, block. These things don't trample at least. He's so angry, chat. Why is he so angry? This can gain them 6 life. And I can only attack for 13, so that's not quite lethal. If I do this and sack it and sack the Omen of the Sea, I can escape Uro this turn, which puts me up to 29. Oh, they're gonna exile my arrows. You hear the monsters coming? Do they know where you are?
He wants me to unpause his show.
He wants me to unpause his show.
My phone's upstairs.
Ah!
I'm sorry. That's what he's going to ask me for, though. Because he had to take a snack break. This child is going to eat us out of house and home.
Probably want to start holding lands at this point for Dream Trawler.
If you pick that up, I'll take that. I just don't want to bet. Thank you.
Alright, Dream Eater was enough, eh? Alright, so Doggos, Disfigures. He's so loud. Uro out. Dream Trawler and Ape seem good at the top end of the curve. I don't think I need this. Strumming Biocord seems fine if I'm bringing in the dogs. Did they have many artifacts or enchantments? We didn't see Cat or Oven out of them, right? Does anybody recall? I feel like we didn't. It was a long game, right? I'm gonna leave one knight in response. We'll trim a Teferi. Oh, I can check, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like any cats or ovens. Good call. Top right of the corner, view battlefield. Top right of the screen. I don't think this is an Aether Gust matchup. Yorion decks are 33% worse for their wildcards. Ain't that the truth? Yorion, the real pay to win. The real pay to win of Magic Arena. Yeah, this looks fine. We'll bottom the Dream Trawler here. This makes white mana, right? Perfect. You get to go this, into this, Birth, into Oath, into Polukranos. Good solid curve here. The Triome seem like they made the mana a lot more consistent in this archetype, which is nice. Perfect. So the problem with that, great, and I talked about that. Yorion doesn't return your things to play until the beginning of the next end step. So if you blink Yorion with Thassa, it doesn't bring the other things back until their end of turn. So you don't get the life right away. How come this deck's running 80 cards? Because the companion requires your deck to be 20 cards larger. Whenever you see weird deck building decisions associated with anything these days, you can pretty much always assume it's because of a companion. Spectre Shriek, yep. Just gonna go ahead and bounce their Pelt Collector here. Diet Thoughtseize. I mean, it doesn't make you lose life, right? The fact that there's rants on a Spike subreddit about the design decisions of Companion really just shows how casual that subreddit is, Griffinson. The mindset of a Spike is supposed to be that they're supposed to just want to win regardless of what the other conditions are that they're given. So, like, if they're an actual Spike, they shouldn't care what the actual mechanics are, or how good or bad they are. They should just be trying to win within their confines. For people that aren't familiar with that term, Spike is a Magic jargon term that's supposed to mean represent the mindset of a player who plays to win, regardless of anything else. Alright, do I just Incarnation here? It doesn't really do anything, right? I guess I could Incarnation and then play Thassa next turn. I could also Thassa first. I don't know. I think the reality of it is most people who fancy themselves Magic Spikes, they're really more of what we do here, which is that they're not really Spikes in that they want to do anything they have to win. They want to win games, but they want to win games within the confines that they've defined for themselves. I describe it as the competitive casual. They want to be able to win, but they want to be able to win with their deck. Or with these particular cards in the good deck. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying playing decks that are built in a certain way. Alright, so we get to do this. I get to sack the Thassa. I get to grab Toll Smear and fight the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Haumph. I get to trade this with a 3/3, eat a 2/2, next turn Yorion, blink some stuff. Well, I guess I could Omen next turn, too. Let me interesting to see if they go after Teferi at all here. Doesn't look like it. They're thinking about leaving mana up for Knight of the Ebon Legion, so I can't fight it in combat with the Tollspear Wolf next turn. Requires them to really not be aggressive. They're also thinking about attacking Teferi. Sending everything at Teferi seems super loose here, though. Right? Ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. Do. Pupper's a pretty good pickup. That's a pretty good pickup. That's a pretty good pickup. God, I forgot how satisfying this deck is to dismantle aggro with. Lukewarm take. I have more fun playing against Gyruda combo than I do Embercleave. It is Gyruda combo has more counterplay than the current mono red aggro decks do. In my opinion. So I want to return my things before I sacrifice. God, we just dismantled them. So casual gain 6. Sack my Oathakaya, go get a 4-drop, gain 3 more. No big deal. Decent turn. I'm glad it looks like I'm gonna be able to update this one on the website. That's exciting. Finish them. Finish them! Just wait until you go up against a Hushbringer deck. I mean, we have Oathakaya and Teferi and stuff. We have tools to take Hushbringer off the table. We have Disfigure in the sideboard too. We have a number of tools to deal with that card. Bottom that. This will be our green source. Yeah, and honestly, J-Ray, when we were playing this archetype last season, there were games where we kind of risked decking out, or like we felt like we wanted to play more than 60 cards to have more utility in certain slots anyways. So like being forced to play more than 60 doesn't really feel like a huge drawback. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, I'll just have like a competitive reason to do the thing I kind of wanted to do anyways. So you're saying 80 card decks are viable. I would be surprised if there's not a competitive deck with this card in it. That's actually kind of unfortunate. Need to take that one off the table. Sweet bread. Yeah, a lot of the companions seem very reasonable. There's a Moto Super PTQ today, and there's the Lotus Box Standard Tournament going on today, so there'll be a couple different places to get reasonable deck lists from. Channel Fireball's qualifier tournaments happen this week, so it'll be interesting to see what deck lists come out of those tournaments. The Channel Fireball tournament will be the first time we have a chance to get early deck lists from Magic Arena, as opposed to just like pulling standard lists from Magic Online still, which will be kind of nice, honestly. The fact that the best source for early Arena deck lists is Magic Online for like the last year and a half has been really depressing. so let's just crack this Fabled Passage before they can play another Ashiok. I have double white, I have double blue, I have another blue in my hand. I guess I'll get an extra green. In case we have an Uro later. Alright, this is my 5-4 that cast Preordain when it comes into play. You can always find, a couple people ask about favorite decks. You always find my favorites on my website each day, tagged here. A lot of great things on there. To go ahead and play Incarnation here. Incarnation is going to turn Omen of the Sea into a Knight of Autumn to kill their Elspeth Conquers Death. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen this yet, he gets angry. He gets very angry. Another Conqueror's Death, eh?
Such violence is upsetting.
I missed a damage here. Yeah, I should have just done this. I could have done one more point of damage to them. Why Thassa when it's a non-bow with egg? Can you explain why it's a non-bow? I don't understand your conclusion. Why do you think Thassa's not good? What's the non-bow? Explain it to me. Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. Yeah, Thassa's a creature, an enchantment, and Thassa's both a creature and an enchantment, and she blinks stuff when I have lots of enter the battlefield effects. Sure, that's true. That's not a non-bow though. You're right, it doesn't work perfectly in every single facet of the deck, but it still has plenty of synergy in other spots. I unfortunately tapped my white source to cycle there, so I couldn't play my own Conqueror's Death, but that's fine. So they have to bounce one of my Enter's play effects, or they die. Which is pretty great. Basically, hand over fist, I think it's good enough, and one of the reasons why we didn't play Thassa in previous iterations is deck space was tight, and when we're playing 80 cards, deck space is a lot less tight. Nothing good in my graveyard. There's a good one in my deck, though. Because I'm Dream Trawling. I do have another Oath in my deck. You, however, cannot turn an enchantment into another enchantment with Incarnation. That is not what that magic card does. Easy Ceratops in. Toll Spear's not very good. I think I'll leave the Hound Dog and Extra Knights seem good. As always, if you have any confusion about the deck list, you always have exclamation point deck in chat to get a direct link to the list. Need 2 trims here. Of course, Bendor. The one full Hoglandian coming up. Goats in the machine. Get him out. Get him out. Thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Deputy's not very good here. Yeah, it seems fine. This Winota list is great and hilarious. I agree. The Just Guy list seems real great. He gets to play Luca too. I'm a big fan of Luca. I think Luca's my favorite of the 3 new Planeswalkers. This makes green mana. Sure. Yeah, I'm going to keep Oathakaya. If they play turn 3 Nissa, I can Oath it. And Oathakaya is something that can give value to Yorion down the line a little bit. Just looking to draw some lands here. It's also great in the event that we draw that, which we did. Just would like to draw lands for the next, like, 3 to 4 turns. Yeah, I agree. Tutoring in our 80 card deck is great. Also, like, because our deck is 80 cards, we're more likely, or we're less likely to draw bad tutor targets when we don't want to. Alright, come on. Untapped land, deck. Come on. Untapped land. I believe in you, deck. I believe in you. One of your finest shocklands, please, deck. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do, pig. You love to see it. What's the idea behind the one of Brokkos? To kill people. Ending the game is busted, chat. Ending the game is busted.
Let's slow this down.
Swish. Swish. Yikes.
Once again.
Probably dead.
Don't worry, I got this.
Need to hit, like, land into... I guess we could double oath this over the course of 2 turns. Okay, that's not too bad. And I can sack the oath to him on the in-between, which is nice. So, like, they'll draw, I'll exile the oath, I'll play the next oath and kill him next turn. It's not all bad, I suppose. Missing land drops here is pretty detrimental, though.
Here we go.
I don't think their archetype plays a lot of counter spells. They're mostly tap out board control style stuff. Looking to fade a discard spell here. I have Teferi too, even if they did have counter spells. Oh, do they have a land? They didn't. They tapped their Godless Shrine for the... Ah, no. Oh, no. Brutal. Excuse me? Alright, well, they must just have another Niv, right? Like, that's the only explanation? The only possible explanation is they have another... And they could have missed it, I suppose. We take those, yep.
I have just the trick for this.
Okay, that makes sense. What's our plan to win this game? Draw Elspeth Conquers Death and exile this Nicobolas.
My intellect is without limit. This might be a bad idea. Trust me.
Probably did here. Stumbled a little bit, and they have their card advantage rolling. Letting the opponent deck before you is actually rarely an option. Usually they kill you before that happens. Actually... Why should I do that, Leecher? Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. Tell me why that play is useful. Tell me what that play does. For the people that are asking me why I didn't take a line, tell me the line you're asking me about, tell me how it wins the game. So again, explain to me why your game actions are relevant and useful. What 4-drop am I getting that fixes the situation that I'm in? And again, when you start thinking about those things and asking yourself those why questions, you'll become a better player. That's the key to making good decisions, is asking yourself, where do my decisions lead? Don't just take game actions to take game actions. Formulate a plan and then execute it. Narset does not prevent searching. That's Ashiok. A lot of static text planeswalkers. Thanks for the 9 months, Swimmer. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm in for that. We'll just shock, play this, and then crack Ashiok for 4. No, I don't think Brokkos is super integral or anything. I think he's just a sweet 5-drop that has some random utility. By no means do I think your deck is, like, significantly worse by not having a Brokkos. Having your 4/5, like, preordain or deal 3 damage is so great. Did they just bounce my thing that blinks my stuff? That was really nice of them. I guess I just do this again, right? Like, I could Incarnation, but, like, then I'd be sacking the Omen, and I think I'd rather get value from the Omen with this one more time. Have we mutated onto Polykey yet? We've not, but it sounds great. It's definitely on my list of things to do at some point. $18 Mythic Wild cards, that's so many. I have, like, 2 Mythic Wild cards. I had to buy more booster packs to get snap taxes last night. I'm glad we found a play. Well, I'm glad we found what seems like a playable Snapdax deck, because I had to buy packs to get 4 copies of him. I have not, Durka. We've mostly played Luca downtick decks. Wow! What is that? We have a number? I forgot that was possible, chat. They gave us a number next to our name? Man, God bless the Onion for still coming up with content in these trying times. Walgreens introduces new idiots-only shopping hours for people who don't know how to stay 6 feet away. Oh, the Onion. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Alright, let's draw some lands, huh? We have our colors at least. Perfect. Alright, give me a Planeswalker to Uthakaya. Hanged Executioner. Oh, they're a what's it called deck? My Winona. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yikes! Yeah, if we lose, we'll drop back into the percents. Don't stone rain me, don't stone rain me, don't stone rain me, don't stone rain me. Well, I mean, they technically granted my request and did not stone rain me. They have technically fulfilled my don't stone rain me request. Polyk or Guardmage? I like the Guardmage blocks. Their non-human. So like if they low roll again, we can take it out. This card is terrifying, chat. It's really good. But I also heard on Reddit that if your deck doesn't have a companion, it's unplayable, so I'm pretty sure they just can't win. Why would Reddit lie to me, chat? Why do you like Polyk here? So we can fight Winona? I'm gonna Conquer's Death Winona next turn. Am I dead? This is 9, 15, 16, 17. 9, 15, 17. If I would have had Polyk there, I could have blocked this and been 4 higher. Bikook, thanks for the 3rd of the year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. If I was 4 higher, would there be a difference? It wouldn't matter, right? Because Hectos is going to kill me. Yeah. Hectos is a tough nut. guess I want Disfigure. This is a place where Hound being Hound and not Grafdigger's Cage is a big deal. Aether Gust sounds good. Tolsmere seems fine. Polukranos seems fine. Knight of Autumn's probably not particularly useful. Bio... The plant form is probably unnecessary. Yeah, Bio Quartz is probably necessary too. Just leave those 2 5-drops in. Need 2 more trims here. Teferi's probably whatever. Let's try it. I'm gonna keep this. Let's find a black source, huh? We'll do this, and we'll try and lean on. If Omen finds us a black source to like have Oath and Disfigure, we're probably in a pretty good spot. Can we just ship those? Hey, Meek Rat. Thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. It's a black source rate. Looks like it. Almost have these images memorized. Hey, thanks for the tip, Y2K. Non-magic question. With working from home, looking like it'll go on longer. I'm looking at a sit-stand desk. Do I recommend the one you have? I would explicitly not recommend the sit-stand desk that I have. I have a sit-stand desk made by Uplift Desk, and the electronics in it are crap. Half the time I push my preset, and it just like, have to sit there and fight with it to go up and down. I've heard good things about some of the manual. Yeah, the very desk is what I've heard things from multiple people on. I've not experienced that one. The Uplift brand is one of the cheapest ones in the market, though. And I kind of feel like I got what I paid for. Alright, so we just hope they don't have Winota, or if they do that, they low roll.
I'm telling the abbot.
I am not having anybody in my house to do renovation work until after this whole COVID thing is over. Until there is a vaccine and I'm comfortable sending my children back to school, I'm not inviting strangers into my home for things that aren't essential. Improving my home office when I have this space I'm currently in that's functional is the definition of non-essential. Love an incarnation. Thank you.
Ugh, training is so hard.
Fires is interesting. I think I boarded out my copies of... I believe I boarded out my copies of Knight of Autumn. I'll have to put those back in. Office chair. I'd recommend a standing desk if you're working from home 8 hours a day. Like, my chair is an expensive, nice chair. But, like, even I stand for half my day. Plant our 3rd green source so we can cast Monkey here. Kogla eventually takes Fires, but he's kind of slow. I'm just going to go ahead and Deputy of Detention them. Pengu Power, thank you for the sub-gifties. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend wherever you're at. Stay safe out there. These are my giant monsters. Rawr. Oh gosh. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Alright, I probably want at least a Knight of Autumn back in. I think Kogla's very good. We played the Gyruda combo deck earlier today, and by the end of it, we like had three of these, and we were like, maybe we want the fourth. Like it felt like super, super reasonable. Yeah, the Winona decks are definitely press your luck is a good descriptor. Yeah, this is great. We won't be able to Oath till 4 unless we draw an untapped black source, but that's fine. Any hand with all of our colors is a pretty reasonable keep. This has all of our colors and double white, since the Birth's going to give us another white source. Yeah, I think I'm in for that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana sources. We'll get to make our first 5 land drops on time. I can go Birth on 2, grab a Plains, and then play this tapped on 3 and hold up Aether Gust, which is nice. What's going on, Photo? That is not correct, CCN. So, the verbiage starting deck as it pertains to companions is your starting deck in each game. You cannot break the requirement for your companion in the post-board games and continue having to use your companion. So, similarly, you can't sideboard in cards that break the other companion rules for things that say, like, even or odd costs or costs above a certain or below a certain amount. You still have to conform to those rules that those cards want you to follow. Alright, so now I just go Plains Deputy of Detention, right? Just, like, get rid of these tokens. Yes, you could Fae of Wishes for something that breaks your companion rule. Using a Fae of Wishes effect, or what was the black card that's in Historic now that I'm blanking on? The tutor that can get stuff out of your sideboard? That's applicable. It's a starting deck because you can wish for things. Mastermind's Acquisition, that's the one. Yes, yeah, in fact, if you look at some of the decks that we've been playing, some of the decks explicitly do board in cards that break the companion rule. And we're okay with that. Yeah, Ali Andrazi's invitational card. Yeah, I agree. Our tools are lining up well into what the opponent has going on. Although it is a little bit awkward that since I have to fetch Swamp there and I have these plains, I actually can't play a tapped land and Incarnation next turn. But it is what it is. I've been able to curve out otherwise relatively nicely.
Pyromancer extraordinaire. Find your fires of passion within.
They did not reintroduce the one-to-one sideboard rule. What you were talking about has to do with companion rules. Do I Incarnation here, or do I just Conqueror's Death this Elite Guardmage? I feel like I probably just Incarnation here, right? You too, Farron. Polukranos just sits here and threatens to fight things. Makes the board state more complicated for them. If you ACD up to Chapter 2 and blink it, does the tax effect still apply? Yes. The sideboarding rules for competitive tournament Magic is that your main deck must be at least 60 cards post-board, and your sideboard must be 15 or less. Those are the technical rules for that. Your sideboard must be 15 cards or less when you present your deck, and your main deck must be 60 or more. Do you have any tips on deck building? Yeah, stop building your own decks and start copying decks from other people and trying to improve them. The first step towards building better decks is being able to look at decks that other people have built and try to make them better. Until you're able to do that consistently, you're probably not in a position to like build your own deck successfully. Is Polukranos good with Mutate? Yeah. We've not had a deck with Polukranos and Mutate yet. Alright, so I feel like I need to hold up Interaction this turn, because they, like, have these tokens, and they have Chandra here as well. I think I'm just playing this to start, and then am I just passing? I think that's the play. And in my opinion, the best way to take an existing deck and make it stronger is to look at that deck and ask yourself the question, what problem does this have, and how do I fix that problem by making changes? How many cards have I been? Nowhere near enough. This is 6 to escape. Yeah. So, okay. There's that. So these trade. They can attack with some dorks here. So if they have a second Winota, they could get us next turn. Alright, so I believe the play here is Conqueror's Death, the Chandra, and then we're gonna turn the Conqueror's Death into an ape, and the ape will fight a token. So this way, if they have what's it called, Winota, they only get to roll the dice once. This returns a human, right? Return a human. This is a Vidalkin, yeah. An Abzan deck I like. Yeah, if you're looking for some Abzan ideas, there's a couple of them in the deck queue on my website. This is hilarious. Everybody into the car. Everybody out of the car. Everybody into the car. Everybody out of the car. Well, you could say there was a little bit of monkey business that went on that turn, chat. You could be want to say that turn entailed some monkey business. I can escape this guy. Do I just play the Dream Trawler? They topped 2 cards. Yeah, let's start by attacking. Good call. So, like, what's their best possible is another Agent of Treachery, right? Like, that's best possible. And this is good against that. Okay, so you can borrow my monkey, that's fine. And then I'm gonna Yorion blink my Deputy of Detention, and my Deputy of Detention's gonna take my Ape. And then at any point here, I can double disfigure my Deputy to get the Ape back and fight something. The monkey business shall continue until morale improves. Man, this was a sweet one. I'm glad this one was sweet. This was one that was great last season, and the new cards really feel like they filled in some holes in here. The decks that gave us hard time last season were the Bant mid-rangey decks, and I think those decks at least haven't been popular on the ladder so far. Hopefully new decks have edged them out, and like this felt pretty competitive against the various aggressive and mid-range decks that we just played against. Felt like we had a lot of tools in a lot of different directions. Having main deck Hound and a bunch of copies post board is very good against both the Luris decks and the Gyruda decks. Thoughts on all of our slots. This card probably isn't useful as much as it pains me to say. Like, the mutate effect, you have to draw this manually to get. Like that would be one card I would cut from here. I felt like that was the one I wasn't really looking for most of the time. I don't know what else. I don't know what else I would change. I felt like everything was pretty clean overall. Replace that guy with Yarok. We did play Yarok in this deck last time, and honestly, Yarok with Kogla is pretty good. Yarok with Tolsmir is pretty good. Yeah, last time we played this deck, we played Yarok, because Yarok doubles up your Othakayas and stuff too. That's probably fine. It's just like, put Yarok back in. I think that's more than reasonable. One of the tricks you do with Yarok in this deck last season was you have 2 incarnations. You like get Tolsmir and Yarok together. Do I mind showing the mana base? You could find all of the deck lists in easy to import fashion on my Stream Decker right there. You should never be looking at a tiny picture on your screen trying to figure out what my mana base is. Click the link, click import, boom, boom, boom. Super easy. 1 slot for an Athreos. Maybe. That was a card was okay last season. I don't know that I'm in love with this one. Maybe this is better than the Yarok. I don't know that I'm in love with the Yarok either. The Space Godzilla also might just be too cute. Maybe this is good. We have room. I don't know if the Thassa's great. Nah, she was okay at some point. We definitely searched Thassa up and she was useful. I cut the Abzan Mutate card in the 5 slot and put it in a Yarok. You can try Athreos too. You can try Athreos over the Space Godzilla as well. Someone's asking if this card's necessary. Probably not. All right, what are we doing? We've still got almost 2,500 people in here. Y'all are great. It's been an absurd weekend. Hope everybody's enjoying the new set release of Ikoria at least half as much as I am. And we are going to take a quick ad break so I can get my deck flipped over on the Stream Decker and everything. When we get back, we are going to try something that's a little bit less competitive, but hopefully just as fun, if not more so. And we're going to try and draw a bunch of cards with Song of Creation and Underworld Breach and Really here, and then try and win the game with Jace, Wielder of Mystery. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to try and draw a bunch of cards. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.